Depression is real, and if you are fighting it, you are not alone. Depression seems to have been the bane of many of life's great leaders. In the Bible, Moses, Elijah, David, and Job all had to deal with it. Depression is the physical and emotional result of hopelessness, the feeling of hopelessness. We live in a world devoid of hope, and depression is the emotional product of that reality. The only thing that will actually change one's life sufficiently is to destroy the cause, mechanics, and effects of depression is God's hope and His word of hope. The answer is to get God's hope back inside of you. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs it down, depression, but a good word cheers it up. Proverbs chapter 12 verse 25. Hope will let you again see the future positive possibility of your life. Without seeing it, you will have no motivation or strength. The good word of God, and the good word of others to you, can change the outlook and condition of your heart. Fight for God's outlook with all you have. Fight it with the word of God. Also, confess the scriptures on hopelessness. Anyone who is among the living has hope. These scriptures on depression will give you hope and will build your faith. Confess and meditate on them to win the fight against depression. The key is not losing hope. Allow the hope of God to seep back into you. Remember, there is a real person, God, behind each and every one of these promises. He promised them to you for a reason, to help you. Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 8. The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy chapter 33 verse 27. The eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. 2 Samuel chapter 22 verses 17 to 22. He sent from above, He took me, He drew me out of many waters. 18. He delivered me from my strong enemy, and from them that hated me, for they were too strong for me. 19. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. 20. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me, because He delighted in me. 21. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands hath He recompensed me. 22. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1. Arise, from the depression and prostration in which circumstances have kept you, rise to a new life, shine, be radiant with the glory of the Lord, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 4. For with many tears I write to you, and in deep suffering and depression of spirit, not in order to grieve you, but in the hope of showing you how brimful my heart is with love for you. Ezra chapter 9 verse 5. At the evening sacrifice I arose from my depression, and, having rent my undergarment and my mantle, I fell on my knees and spread out my hands to the Lord my God. Job chapter 29 verse 24. I smiled on them when they had no confidence, and their depression did not cast down the light of my countenance. 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. The Lord knows how to rescue godly men from trials. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 12. Dear friends, Do not be surprised at the painful trial you are suffering, as though something strange were happening to you. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 13. But rejoice that you participate in the sufferings of Christ, so that you may be overjoyed when his glory is revealed.